there was a question that came up on the website about the play we had with substitution where the defense was not ready. Matter of fact, at one point there, they only had one or two people on the field. And the question was, would you run a play? What would you do with that situation? If it was a situation where the defense only had, I don't even know a correct number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people out there, and the offense was ready to snap the ball, would I allow them to snap it? And the answer would be no. What I would do, though, is I would hit the defense with a delay of game penalty. But it would be a travesty of the game if you ran a play and the defense wasn't out there. So, you don't want that to happen, because what's going to happen if you snap the ball with nobody out there from Team B, I guarantee you there'll be about 25 people out there from Team B running off the sideline. So you're going to have mayhem. So the way to control that simply is you're going to try and get the defense out there. If they don't come out, then you're going to hit the defense with a delay of game. Hope that makes sense.
Thanks, Bill.
All right. We'll jump now into our roughing of the passer. The climate for quarterbacks it seems to be changing more and more. I don't want to say we're getting to the point where it's becoming touch football, but we're really protecting the passers a lot more and a lot tighter than we had in the past. Not that we didn't protect them, but even tighter today. The first criteria always has been, are you late after the pass? Is the defender late with his contact to the passer? And what's the definition of late? Well, we always said if it was into the second step or more, that you were late and you needed to you had the opportunity and the time to lay off of him. So that's one criteria. Now, how do you tell? Are you as a referee or a center judge? Are you that good? You can count steps. I know I couldn't. I used to do, and I was taught this by Dick Honig. Honig said that as the quarterback released the ball, he said, "Ball's away." And his opinion was if the hit occurred while he was still saying that, the timing was good and the hit's okay. If he was finished saying the ball's away and now the hit occurs, he's late. So it was a thing of timing, not good enough to count steps. So that was the first one for late. Then a few years back, they came in with the rule that said that the defender could not come in and attack to the knees or below with the hit. That was if the quarterback was in a passing posture, he's not running to the side trying to pass or possibly run. He's in a passing posture. You could not go to the knees or below with that hit, which again, good thing, because he's in a position there where he's very vulnerable to a knee injury. The last one would be about the hits that are high on a quarterback. Leave his head neck area alone. Quarterbacks are probably one of the people that get hit with targeting situations where they're lit up from that guy coming in launching and hitting high to the head neck area. But with that, we have to remember that just because there's contact high does not constitute targeting, does not constitute necessarily that it's an illegal hit and roughing the passer. It's got to fall into one of those categories of being late or just something that just was totally unnecessary but didn't quite fall into targeting. Now, one of the things that's come in from the NFL down to college football is about the hit might be timed well, but as I wrap him up, am I doing any second act as I take him to the ground? In other words, I've got him wrapped up and I'm just going to now pile drive him with all my body weight and land on top of him. that's being considered a second act when I take and it's not the original hit. It's taking him now and using my 250 to 300 pounds to come down on him with the potential for injury. So that second act of landing on him in full force, that constitutes a roughing the passer situation, and it has nothing to do with timing. It's just considered a personal foul roughing the passer situation. So so with that, let's take a look at some plays here. And our first one here, see if you agree or disagree whether this hit is late or not. And when it play ends, it's going to be in the bottom left-hand side of the screen, and there'll be a quick replay of it that will actually show the quarterback passer more. And then maybe we can freeze it there. We could use the poll to say late or not. Freeze it now.
Do
All
you want
right.
me to run the poll, Bill?
Yeah, let's do the poll on that, you know. And this quarterback does go to the ground from that contact. So do you have a yes or no for this being late or not?
Okay, got another. We have nearly 100 people have voted. You'll like the results of this one, Bill.
The dreaded
Wow.
50-50.
Okay, we shall
All
now
right.
end the poll and I shall share the results. Can you see those, Bill?
Yeah, I can see we've got 48% that say yes, and we have 52% that say no.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, we'll let this run a little bit now. We'll get the poll out of the way. Tell you what the referee did there. He threw a flag. Let's go back to it again. This is one of the things I have. There's at least two steps there. Does this defender know the ball's away? Yeah, he does. Now he comes in and he shoves the quarterback down. If he thought he had the football, his coach would be awful mad at him for not tackling him. This isn't a tackling motion. This is a message situation. As long as I'm here, I'm going to let you know I'm here, and he shoves him down. This is late. It's unnecessary. This is roughing the passer. Slow motion makes it look worse, but that's enough contact. Unless you want that all game, that might get him to stop it. All right, we'll take a look at play two here. Defender comes in from the bottom of the screen. You got him late, or have you got him okay?
You want me to run the poll, Bill?
Sure, might as well. Let's see. Maybe we'll see if we're making any progress here.
Get the change here, right?
Yeah. All right. People.
Oh, there we go.
Almost. These people who are voting no, they must all be defensive players. Former defensive players. Huh? You're picking on us. Okay.
Still a few people still to vote.
And again, the thing I'm going to try and stress to you here is that when you come in and try, if you think that man's got the ball, you're going to come in. You're going to maybe try and be in a position to block a pass, but at the same time, the type of hit that they make on them tells you whether they knew the ball was away or not. All right, we got 56% says yes, 44 says no.
Well, we're getting better.
Take a look here. He has full view of that quarterback. And he's not trying to
Count steps here.
try to block a pass. He's saying, hey, enjoy the ground. Roughing the passer. All right, and while we're on the subject, penalty enforcement on that. Referee has the flag. You need to know whether this is a completed pass or whether it's an incomplete pass. You're going to get an automatic first down out of it either way, but if we have a completed pass, we're going to tack 15 on to the end of the run. So keep that in mind for penalty enforcement. Okay, we'll take a look. Go ahead.
Going low on this one. That just looks painful.
Hurts. And a couple of questions would be on this one. Was he in a passing posture or was he potentially still a runner? You know, if that hit would have been into the waist area and not the knees, was it late? That's one thing to think about. But he went directly after the knees. And is this in a passing posture? Okay, poll is saying roughing the passer, 57, 43 no. Okay. We've been kind of running a pretty good split on this stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I'll go back to a little bit on philosophy. Player safety. If you have any doubt on these whatsoever, what would the philosophy be for player safety? Put a flag down. I'd say for player safety, definitely foul. Is there the potential there that he could still be a runner? Possibly. What do you got, Alex?
I got roughing the passer.
I agree.
You may argue the jump that he put himself in a position to get hit below the knees because he slightly jumps when he releases it. That defender to me is committed to go low regardless of whether he jumped or not.
You won't be criticized for calling that. Maybe, well, except by the other coach.
And of course, you get to determine whether or not we're going to tack it on to the score or not. It's
Ooh, interesting play at the end there too, huh?
Yeah.
That'd be a topic in itself. He's airborne. He reaches over inside the pylon. Do we have a touchdown? If we have a touchdown, options,
yes.
PAT or the kickoff. Okay.
Another low hit.
Now, one of the things that's critical too is the referee or the center judge may see the hit, but they may not know how the defender got there. which might require some help from either the opposite side referee, center judge, or maybe the umpire on how the defender got there. Did he get there on his own, or did he get pushed there by a blocker? So that's an important part of this also. All right, our poll, hey, we're making some progress.
You've swayed them the other direction.
Yeah, well, hopefully this guy didn't get pushed in. We'll see that. 77 say foul, 23 say no foul. All right. Let's go back and see what our replays look like here.
Referee agrees with you.
He's in there on his own. You know, the key thing again is if you see the hitting it low, you don't know how he got there, you're going to flag it. And then if you don't know how he got there, ask questions. There's nothing wrong with this referee asking the center judge, because the player came in from that side. Hey, did you see how 90 got there? 55 had anything to do with it? And hopefully the center judge, who is responsible for that side, would say, hey, he got there on his own. Stay with your flag.
Double whammy.
Yeah. Have the option to call this probably on either one of the two. The guy who goes low or the high. He came off that block on his own. Oh, we're making progress. Almost.
There you go. You finally got.
Almost. There's people voting no just to aggravate us. Oh. All right, 80-20. Wow. But we'd want the low hit. Definitely.
He certainly felt it.
Yep. That's the whole purpose of this rule, trying to avoid this.
There's a question, Bill, was there actually a pass in that play? Did the ball, was the ball passed?
Good question. The pass, he brought the ball back down, so we have a fumble, but he's in a passing posture.
Yeah.
With him being in that passing posture right there, he's going to get that same protection. He's a passer.
Your leg's not supposed to go that way.
No, it's not. All right, here's the tougher one. First of all, is it low? Was he, and if it was low, was he blocked into it? Was he responsible for being there, or was the offensive lineman responsible for putting him there? Run it back one more time, Alex. Okay, we've got it pretty well split. 54 no, 46 say yes.
All stems on this, right?
Yep.
Does he put him into the quarterback or not?
And there's an argument for saying that hit started higher into the thigh. And then went down. But I say that the contact by the offensive lineman is responsible for this hit. I have no foul in this play.
Agreed.
So we got one that's no foul.
We go from going low to going high.
Let's see the second view before we do the bowl. Go back to that one on the second view. Okay, we'll do the poll now. Roughing the passer or not? I would tell you that if this defender comes straight in on this, his timing is good in that if there's some contact up there, it's definitely not targeting because there's no indicator. So I would say no foul if that's all that happens. But keep an eye on this guy. You see it almost like a headbutt motion with his head, where he's striking the quarterback. He's striking him, not running into him anymore. He's striking him with a forward motion headbutt. That's why this one would be a foul. And being that he's coming off his feet, you could call that a launch. I don't know if I'd want to go to the severity of targeting on this, but it's suspect for targeting. Definitely support because of the headbutt, the roughing the passer.
Back to the late hit. All right. This one should be.
He's already reached up. He's already missed the pass. And now 51 saying hello. There's still a chance for two of you to change your answer. Roughing the passer.
It's just moving him out of the way. Get a bonus play here.
Yeah. Not a big call. It's just gonna take a touchdown away if you flagged it.
That's why referees love the introduction of the center judge. You don't have to run 100 yards the other direction anymore.
Is that a hit to the knee area? Not late, but it sure definitely looks like it's suspect for being a hit to the knees. But the question again would be is how did 9 get there? On his own, or did he get pushed there? You deem the hit to the knees and you deem that he got there on his own, you have roughing the passer. I would support that call.
60% agree.
Close to being high, but he got him with enough forcible contact to the knee area. All right. Key thing again, remember, quarterbacks are in a really vulnerable position. Okay. We're giving them protection from high hits, low hits, unnecessary hits, targeting situations. I don't want to cop out on err on the side of safety, but remember, they're in a very vulnerable position, and they're considered, lack of a better term, the all-star, the star of the team, the prima donna, whatever you want to call them. They're one of the more valuable players on a team. We need to protect them. So don't hesitate on that responsibility to do that. Okay. All right. Now I think we got time. We'll